Little kitty kid. What you doing, little kitty kid? What you doing? You want some belly rub? Ooh, you gonna get me. Ooh, you gonna get me. Ooh, I'm gonna rub that belly. Ooh, I'm gonna rub that belly. I'm so vicious. Yeah, I'm so vicious. Alright, so did the fan fix the Porsche? Replacing the fan. Was my diagnosis correct? And I'll tell you it was. And so I got the new fan here. Or this is the old fan, but I got the new fan, put it in. The old fan. It's got some green crusties and stuff right there on that little control unit for the low speed fan. But the high speed fan was running all the time. It's hooked up right now. It's not running. We can go ahead and start the car here. And the AC should be on. So it should come on. And actually both fans run, but they run at a low speed. So, let me... So, it's kind of hard to show you because this tube's in the way. Actually, it's not even running yet. It was running before. We'll give it a minute for the AC to kick on, maybe. Here, now they're coming on at real low speed. So, they're blowing, but they're not blowing at full speed. And now, we'll shut the car off. And the fans are spinning down. They're still just barely moving. And they're off. So, I think the way this works is there's this there's a ground side switch control that tells it, hey, turn on the fans. And I think the fans have a thermostatic control on them that tell them how fast to run based on how hot that fan is. Kind of like a Chrysler PT Cruiser. And I do see the control coming to the fan to turn it on. Because I back probed the control wire before I put all this back together. And I can see it when the air conditioning's on, and then it comes on. And when the AC is off and it's not hot, it doesn't send a signal. So it's working, and the fans, I think, then decide how fast or slow they're going to spin based on the thermostat that's built into them. But anyway, the other thing that helped me know I had this diagnosis right is sitting with the battery hooked up and the fan unplugged. It didn't drain the battery. The battery stayed charged just fine with the high-speed fan unplugged. So, yep, it's all fixed. It's out of here. And, it'll be out here as soon as they come pick it up. But I'm going to let them know that it's working. So, my diagnosis on that was just, there's no signal coming from the computer, and yet the fan is turning on, and it's staying on, and it's running full blast at high speed. And it'll come on even if you haven't turned the car on for it to get a signal. You just plug it in. When it's been sitting there idle, it comes on. At random, but more often than not, it comes on and runs the battery down. So that's how I knew it's not getting any type of signal from the computer. And it's turning on the fan. Bad fan. Right? Because that's the only, there's no relay like on a GM or anything. The signal from the computer comes to the fan control. And then, you know, you just have the big positive wire and the big ground wire for the fan. And then you have another positive and a control side wire, so that pulls it to ground for when it wants to activate the fan. And then there's intelligence in the controller and the fan that tell it when to run. So you can kind of see there's these electronics on the fans. This controller is built into this one, built into the motor part, and then this controller is for the low speed. So that controller is what's bad. Just it randomly turns the fan on. So we just got a used one from a junkyard. I think it was $171 plus some shipping. And so it probably came to around, you know, $200. The new Dorman one was $812 or something. And Porsche, Volkswagen, Audi, they don't offer it anymore. It's no longer for sale. So it's all good. It's all back together. Take this off. What you're going to want to do if you do one of these is take these clips out all along here. Peel that off. Make sure your tube here is all out of the way. Then you're going to take off this tube that goes back here to the air cleaner. You take the air cleaner cover off. Take that off. Take out all these screws to give yourself just a little bit of, this won't come up and off because it's attached to the front. But you just get enough space that you can get in there and get this radiator to come forward a little bit so that you can get to these top little clips. And then I just worked those loose from the top. They have this little clip here that you work loose. And then there'll be more little tabs down where these side pieces go in. And you just have to push on that tab on the radiator and then pull the fan up. Just be careful because, you know, this thing's old and it's mostly plastic and it's a plastic radiator. So, you know, I just had to be careful with it not to crack the radiator or anything. Luckily it all went okay. So we don't need a, I mean, if the fan costs $800, the radiator's probably at least $2,000, right? So, but yeah, we're good to go. So I will get this all back to him. I got the inside all buttoned back up where I had the charging the battery, and this will be set for delivery to the customer here in the next couple days. Probably they'll come pick it up. All right, so that's done, and I've got more cars coming. I got all kinds of stuff just hanging out there. So I did a starter on a Hyundai Santa Fe today, and that probably will be coming back for an oil pan because it needs that lower oil pan done really bad. It's about to rust out. Rust all the way through. And got a couple other jobs, but for now it looks like I'm caught up for the moment. Sweet. That's nice. So now I can maybe relax for a little bit. But, you know, stuff keeps coming. I'll get another call on something else tomorrow. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.